What's up, everyone? Today we're heading back into ground war in Roblox, where every match feels like a full-scale military operation. The battlefield is packed with players, the action starts almost immediately, and every decision can make the difference between victory and defeat. Whether we're attacking enemy positions or defending key objectives, one thing is certain: this battle isn't going to be easy. Right from the start, both teams rush to secure important areas of the map. Nobody wants to give up valuable ground early because controlling the battlefield creates a huge advantage later in the match. Instead of charging forward without thinking, we're moving carefully with the squad, using cover and watching every possible approach. The enemy is doing exactly the same, so the first few minutes are all about gaining control without taking unnecessary risks. The first firefights break out almost instantly. Gunfire echoes across the map, explosions shake the battlefield, and players are constantly moving between cover while searching for the perfect opportunity to strike. Every elimination helps build momentum, but staying alive is just as important because every teammate matters during these large-scale battles. One of the biggest reasons ground war stands out is the scale of the combat. Instead of fighting only one or two opponents, you're surrounded by action everywhere you look. Teammates are advancing on one side, another squad is defending an objective somewhere else, and fresh battles continue appearing all across the map. The battlefield always feels alive, making every match completely different from the last. As we continue pushing forward, teamwork becomes more important than individual skill. Good aim definitely helps, but even the best player can't control the battlefield alone. Supporting teammates, holding important positions, and moving together gives the squad a much better chance of breaking through enemy defenses. Every successful push feels rewarding because it's the result of coordination rather than luck. The enemy isn't giving up any ground easily. Every time our team gains control of an important position, another wave of defenders appears to fight back. That constant back and forth creates an exciting rhythm where the battle can completely change within seconds. No lead ever feels completely safe, forcing both teams to stay focused from beginning to end. As our confidence grows, we're starting to move more aggressively while still staying smart. Using cover effectively, checking every angle, and avoiding unnecessary risks keeps the team alive longer and creates more opportunities to capture objectives. Small decisions begin adding up, and slowly our side starts building momentum. This is only the opening phase of today's ground war adventure, but the action is already intense. Bigger firefights, tougher objectives, and even more chaotic moments are still waiting ahead. Let's stay with the squad, keep the pressure on the enemy, and see if we can turn this battle into another unforgettable victory. The battle is getting even more intense now, and it's becoming clear that neither team is willing to back down. Every objective is heavily contested, every route is being watched, and every advance has to be earned one step at a time. This is where ground war becomes truly exciting because the match is no longer about quick eliminations, it's about controlling the battlefield through smart teamwork and constant pressure. Our squad is beginning to work together much more effectively. Instead of spreading across the map, everyone is staying close enough to support each other during every firefight. When one teammate moves forward, someone else is already covering the next angle. That kind of coordination makes a huge difference because it forces the enemy to deal with an entire squad instead of isolated players. The firefights are becoming longer and much more tactical. Sometimes both teams exchange shots for several moments before one side finally gains the advantage. Rushing into the open almost never works anymore because experienced players are already waiting for exactly that mistake. Every successful push now requires patience, good positioning, and perfect timing. One thing I really enjoy about this game is how quickly the battlefield changes. A location that feels completely safe 1 minute can suddenly become the center of the biggest fight on the map. New enemies appear, teammates arrive to reinforce the position, and within seconds the entire situation looks completely different. That constant change keeps every match feeling fresh from beginning to end. Our team is slowly gaining confidence, and it's starting to show. Every successful elimination creates another opportunity to move forward, capture more territory, and put additional pressure on the enemy. Momentum is incredibly important in ground war because once a team begins controlling key positions, it becomes much easier to keep advancing together. Of course, the opposing team isn't making things easy. Every time we think we've secured an objective, another wave of defenders arrives ready to fight back. Some of the closest battles happen over only a small section of the map, where both teams refuse to give up even a single position. Those moments create some of the most exciting firefights because every player knows exactly how important that objective has become. Staying alive is proving just as valuable as collecting eliminations. Every time we survive a difficult fight, we continue helping the team instead of wasting time respawning. Smart movement, careful positioning, and using cover properly allow us to remain part of the action much longer, giving our squad an important advantage during these crucial moments. The match is still far from over, but it's obvious we're entering the most competitive stage of the battle. Every objective matters more than ever, every decision carries extra weight, and both teams are fighting harder with every passing minute. Let's keep supporting the squad, stay focused under pressure, and find out if we can push through the enemy defenses and finish this ground war match with an incredible victory. The battle is reaching its most critical stage, and every objective has become a major battlefield. Both teams know that one successful attack could completely change the outcome of the match, so nobody is holding back anymore. Every movement has to be carefully planned because the enemy is watching every possible route, waiting for even the smallest mistake. The pressure keeps building, but that's exactly what makes ground war such an exciting experience. Our squad is working together better than ever. Communication may not always happen through words, but everyone seems to understand exactly what needs to be done. Some teammates stay behind to defend important positions while others move forward to create openings for the attack. That balance between offense and defense is allowing us to keep the pressure on the enemy without leaving our own objectives completely exposed. The firefights are becoming more intense with every passing minute. Instead of quick encounters, many battles now turn into long exchanges where both teams refuse to give up. Players constantly move between cover, searching for a better angle while avoiding incoming fire. Every elimination feels earned because surviving these situations requires patience, awareness, and good positioning rather than simple luck. One of the best parts of ground war is how unpredictable every match becomes. Even when one team appears to have complete control, everything can change within seconds. A successful counterattack, a perfectly timed push, or a few coordinated teammates are sometimes enough to completely shift the momentum. That uncertainty keeps every minute exciting because victory is never guaranteed until the match is finally over. Our confidence continues growing as we gain more control over the battlefield. Every successful objective gives the team another reason to keep moving forward instead of slowing down. At the same time, nobody is becoming careless because everyone understands how quickly the enemy can recover. Staying focused remains the biggest priority as the final moments slowly approach. Good positioning is making an enormous difference now. Charging into open areas almost always ends badly, while using cover and moving carefully creates much better opportunities. Every safe position becomes valuable because it allows us to support teammates, defend important routes, and prepare for the next attack without unnecessary risks. The battlefield itself feels alive from beginning to end. Explosions continue echoing across the map, teammates are constantly arriving to reinforce the front line, and new firefights begin almost every few seconds. No matter where you look, something important is happening. That non-stop action is exactly why matches like this stay entertaining from the first minute until the last. We're getting closer to the final moments of today's ground war adventure, but the hardest part may still be ahead. The enemy is refusing to surrender, our squad is giving everything it has, and every objective is becoming more valuable than ever. Now it's all about staying calm, supporting the team, and making one final push that could secure an unforgettable victory before the battle finally comes to an end.